0. Hey, welcome to the Sports Reverends podcast. My name is Dan. I am joined by the coach this evening. How you doing, Coach?
Coach is good. Mondays are terrible, but sports are on, so we're okay.
Once again, we're a man down with Sports Reverend Drew taking care of his newly born baby. He's up to 3 kids now. He's outnumbered. Good luck to them, and we're happy for them. Send them all their blessings. Here in the Sports Reverends podcast, we're no experts, but we're sports enthusiasts. We may have not cut it on the court, the mound, the ice, or the gridiron, but we love sports. We'll love to debate about them. And we love to debate with you about them too. So hit us up on our social medias as we continue on. But let's get into some of our sports news throughout the sports world. We got some quick hitters. The legendary college men's basketball coach, John Thompson Jr., passed away today at 78.
Coco Gauff was lost in the first round of the U.S. Open.
Brandon Ingram won the most improved player award in the NBA, predicted by yours truly.
Lionel Messi is threatening to hold out this year if FC Barcelona don't let him go.
Leonard Fournette was cut by the Jaguars earlier today.
And Mike Clevenger has been traded to the San Diego Padres. Let's get a word from our sponsors. Have you ever thought about what you're going to do for your future? Have you ever thought about how to be financially free? You were never taught these skills in school, but at Train to Invest, we will teach you how to free up your financial future and get the goals and dreams that you want. Log on to www.traintoinvest.com. That is invest.com to find out how you can start changing your life and make things better and move forward. Again, www.traintoinvest.com.
All right, even though Sports Reverend Drew isn't here today, we're going to talk a little bit about some hockey. Just a little bit. I'll give you a little overview of what's been going on. So we got 4 series going on right now. Boston, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is up 3-1 in that series. They're playing currently right now. We may get to the end of the game before this podcast is done. If we do, we'll give you a score update. Colorado, Dallas, they're also playing tonight in another elimination game. Dallas is up 3-1 on the Avalanche. Then we got the Vancouver Canucks, Canada's only team left over. They're down to the Vegas Knights 3-1 as well. And surprisingly, New York is up 3-1 on Philadelphia as well. 3-1. This is crazy. These are elimination games all over. Coach, you have any thoughts?
Well, number one, we have 4 series at 3-1. How often does that happen? You know, especially in these later rounds, right? These later rounds, you expect them to be knuckle them out, drag them out fights. But we got some clear advantages. I think one of the biggest things for me as being a hockey neutral is the Islanders. The Islanders are better by losing John Tavares. It's wild. Like, where's Toronto? At home. But the Islanders are doing better, which is interesting. And the almighty Boston Bruins, the bane of many Eastern Conference teams, looks to be being put out of its misery. Right now, it's the end of the second, and they're tied 1-1. But, I think they can make some noise, Tampa Bay, and make up for last year for sure. Yeah. How about you? What are you thinking there, Dan?
Yeah, I'm thinking Tampa Bay is on a mission. For them to dominate Boston in this way is something incredible. So good on them. I'm a little surprised with the fight of Vancouver. They kind of had, besides the Vancouver Canucks fans, Vancouver had a very hardworking and humble team. They weren't a bunch of cocky guys. They play hockey the right way. So I'm a little surprised by the outcome right now, being down 3-1 to Vegas. I know Vegas is top notch, so all props to them. But it looks like they're gonna make it through. And I know a happy kid in Thunder Bay who's happy about the Dallas Stars. They're up 3-1. It's like his Christmas. and the Stars are looking amazing. So that's going to be the most likely matchup is Dallas and Vegas, and that's going to be some sort of clash right there. I think the highly touted offense of Dallas and the tough nose of Vegas's defense, that'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Well,
So
here's the question for you.
yeah.
Do you think many athletes, especially now in the NHL, are going to get their agents to start tweeting out pictures of them getting stabbed in the back by management? Because Marc-Andre Fleury, he got the start the other night, 28 saves, played amazing, hadn't played in over 2 weeks, but you know, I don't know. That's a wild story to me. That in the middle of a playoff run, you got your agent tweeting that kind of stuff out.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder what's going on in that locker room, right? I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, Fleury's been there for forever. I mean,
Yeah.
since the team started, and he's been kind of displaced a little bit this year. But that's a pretty strong statement coming out of the agent's mouth, really, because it's not like Andre Fleury has had a bad year. He's had a down year for him.
Yeah.
But admittedly, he's been dealing with stuff, and the team knows that, and he knows that. But that's a pretty wicked statement to come out and just boop, tweet and go on your merry way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much to say about it. It's just odd. It's just odd.
It's very anti-hockey.
Yes.
You know, that's what struck me about it. It's something that maybe a basketball team would do or something like that. You know, maybe LeBron tweets something out. You know, but it's very anti-hockey where it's all about the brotherhood. It's all about keeping the team.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That was kind of weird to me. So top of your head, who's the final four?
Oh, I got Vegas.
Yep.
Dallas.
Yep.
And Tampa.
Yep.
And I guess it's got to be Philly.
All right.
No, I mean, sorry, it's got to be the Islanders. Sorry, got to be the Islanders. Got to go. I think any team that's up 3-1, they're gonna win all 3-1s.
You're picking all 3-1s, hey?
Yeah.
I'm with you. But to be a bit of a contrarian, I'm picking Vancouver to come back. I gotta have some sort of Canadian contingent there. I totally agree with what you said. That they play the right way. They're a bunch of good guys. They play for each other, and so I'm setting up the positive vibes that way, and hoping that they can make a bit of a comeback and get us one step closer.
I will say this: Vegas is made up of 85% Canadians. So true. I'm pretty sure they're a little more.
Are Canadians too?
Yeah. Well, I think that's enough for hockey. Let's get into NBA talk. That's what we love. That's what we're about. Some of our NBA impressions. Let's start with this. Speaking of Canadians, okay,
Right.
Let's start with this matchup. Oh my goodness. The Nuggets and Jazz have been going at it, and really it's been Jamal Murray versus Donovan Mitchell, which is very, very odd. In the playoffs, if you see guys putting up the ridiculous numbers of Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell, I just feel like coaches, just think about sending a double team, something to get the ball out of their hands. But that's not what we've seen, and it's made for great television, great basketball to see and watch. Give me your thoughts on Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, Donovan Mitchell was an all-star. So to see him elevate his game, not super surprising, kind of expected, especially given the guys who were out on his team. Now, Jamal Murray, on the other hand, let's be real, this is supposed to be Jokic's team. The Joker is supposed to run this team. And really, Jokic just has not been there. He hasn't dominated the game in the way he could have. And part of that is, got to give Rudy Gobert some love. Yeah, for sure. But Jamal Murray has balled out. Yeah, I can see you're looking up his stats right now, and you're gonna quote them for me for the last 3 games. But I can't remember which announcer said this, but it's 100% true. All-stars aren't built in the regular season; they're built in the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And going through this first round, where in my humble opinion, Denver should have won 4-1. They've had to slug it out. Now we're heading to a game 7 where anything could happen, but Jamal Murray has just been on absolute fire. And I'll tell you why they can't double team him. Because
Why?
Utah sucks at defense. Utah cannot play defense. So there's that.
That's fair.
But yeah, let's hear the stats on Jamal Murray.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you the Jamal Murray stats. I was actually just looking up his age.
He's 24.
I had the stats already in front of me. He's 23 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Jamal Murray is 23 years old, and he's got such a high ceiling. Okay, so the last 3 games, he's averaging 47.3 points per game. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
On 64% field goal percentage.
Which is efficient.
While also shooting 63% from three-point line. He's a certified bucket getter, okay?
Absolutely.
And the biggest difference, honestly, Donovan Mitchell's numbers aren't that far off either.
No, not at all.
The difference is Donovan Mitchell edged out Jamal Murray in the first 3 games and vice versa for the last 3. And we got a game 7.
It comes down to who's going to get more help.
That's true. And right now, Drew's prediction of the Nuggets is rolling.
So, okay. Well, I have to give an apology to Drew.
Yeah.
Because the last pod, we totally made fun of him for his Denver call.
It's true.
Absolutely. And I mean, I don't think – okay, hold on. I don't want him to be right just for him to be right. I want him to be right because I like Denver.
But time out.
Go on.
He also said not only will the Denver Nuggets make the NBA Finals,
yeah,
they will win the NBA Finals.
Okay, I know. That's ridiculousness. But
the first round.
I know. But you can always see that teams that somehow get past this first round hurdle just have all this confidence going in the next round. Right?
Yeah.
And who are they going to play?
The Clippers.
Who do not have a guy who can guard the big man.
Well,
look at and we'll get to the Clippers later, but we'll get to them. But yeah, I think here's the thing. I think Jamal Murray's balling out. I think Donovan Mitchell doesn't have enough help. Will Barton's coming back.
Is he back for the game 7?
Supposed to be coming back.
That's huge.
Which is huge, even if he gives you 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? And he's been looking good according to sources. But I think Denver just has too many weapons to lose this game. Especially given it's a bubble situation.
Yeah. I agree. Denver's got too much. You did say Utah was going to win, but last pod. But Denver, Michael Porter Jr. has blew up in the first 8 games. He's kind of settled down again, right? Back to earth.
TJ Warren style.
They're going to need him though. I think he's the guy that has he's also so young. He's also got so much potential.
And he was hurt for his rookie season. He's just got
first year and a half.
Yeah.
What I would love to see of him to just take that leap on the defensive end. Take the challenge on and being a defensive force and let that offense come and defer to Murray and Jokic. But I love how Murray has just stormed and taken this team over as his team.
Yep. He just said, I don't want to go home.
No. I mean, yeah, exactly. And Jokic is still balling out too, which is a scary thing. 2 players that play at that MVP caliber level is scary. And they're deep.
They are very deep.
Deep. This brings up the question, okay? So first of all, are we in agreement Denver's taking this game 7?
No, I'm sticking to my prediction. I think Utah's going to go through.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that line. I know I want Denver. I like Denver as a team, but I'm picking Utah just out of a gut instinct.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm a terrible gambler because it makes no sense.
I'm definitely going to say Denver. I'm going Denver. And it leads me to my next question. I don't think this necessarily, just because you chose Utah to win, doesn't mean that you would think they make a better a better chance at taking out the Clippers than Denver? I'll let you answer that for yourself, though. Which team between Denver and Utah will stand a better chance at taking out the Clippers?
Denver, but hands
Denver.
down. Yeah, they have the better guard depth.
Yeah.
They have Jokic, who's better than any center they can play on the Clippers side. Like no one can match. Theoretically, no one can match up with him.
Yeah.
Right.
Zubac.
He's had a good playoffs.
Yeah.
He was literally a throw-in for whatever trade he got sent to.
Yeah, from the Lakers, right?
He was just a literal. Here's some garbage, cap space, but he's being a productive member of the team.
Huge, yeah.
But I think the Clippers. Here's the thing about the Clippers, okay? If KP doesn't get hurt, there's a chance they may not be in this next round.
It's true.
Because they were like a sieve on the defensive end. Kawhi played great, as always.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's elevated back to the Kawhi that we know.
He's like, okay, I got playoff P, who is just not more like pandemic P.
He has turned it around a bit.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, no. I know. I'm not going to crucify him all that much, but it's just more of the talking that was really annoying.
It is his first time out of the first round in 5 years, but
it's been a while. It's been a while. He's not used to it.
And he didn't play good, so it's like... Anyway.
Except for one game.
Yeah.
One and a half games. Anyways, Trey Burke, Seth Curry, and even Hardaway, we're getting to the rim.
Yeah.
On this quote-unquote elite defensive team. You have supposedly 2 of the top 5 defenders in the league.
3 with Beverly.
Beverly's overrated.
I know, but that's what he's like as a wing defender.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with you totally, but yes.
Okay. But even just Paul George was getting roasted. Absolutely roasted by these guys.
Yeah.
So we got a guy like Jamal Murray, who is definitely a step above, combined with, Will Barton, Michael Porter, and Jokic. They're going to pose some problems. What do you think?
I agree with you, big time. I'll say this about Dallas. Trey Burke had Kawhi Leonard on him.
Yeah.
He called for a screen to get Paul George on him.
Yeah.
He literally licked his lips, took him to the hoop, shook him, pump faked. Paul George goes flying, easy bucket. That's wild to me. I was like, wow, this guy's confident.
And you guys know me. I love defense.
Yes.
Defense wins championships. That's what I'm going to cling to. I don't care what the new rules say. You can bomb all the threes you want, but if you can't stop nobody, you're not going to win anything.
Yeah.
To see such an elite team get dismantled, shout out to Coach Carlisle.
Yeah.
Shout out to the beautiful game that is Luka Doncic.
Yes.
But Doc, what are you doing?
What is Doc doing?
Doc, he gets
Give
all
him
the
like
credit.
some credit, like they haven't played together all year. It's basically a new team.
True. But he gets all this credit for being this amazing coach, but some in-game adjustments needed to be made.
Oh yeah. Like big time.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I just feel bad. I feel bad for Dallas because Porzingis has torn his MCL.
Yeah.
He needs surgery. Like,
it just sucks.
It sucks.
So I will say this though. So before I get into Denver and your thoughts there, Utah would pose a good threat. They don't have the guard defense, but they funnel him to an elite shot blocker.
Yes.
That's the one thing.
But Rudy doesn't get you a ton of points.
That's true.
Jokic gets you has a better chance of getting you a 20 and 10 than does Rudy, who gets you maybe a 10 and 20.
Yeah.
Right? Which is his own reward as well.
It's like which do you like? It's hard to say, right? It depends on your personnel, but if he can affect the game, if he can make it tough, then it's like, wow. But the guard play in Utah, like, they're just too small. They don't have enough size to cover Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. It is what it is.
Yeah, Mike Conley can get roasted.
Exactly. Although, like, right now, it just seems you need to put someone in front of Paul George, and you're okay. which is surprising. Like, will he snap out of that? I don't know. I don't know if he will.
I think he will. I mean,
if he decides to just go to the rim.
He came out and talked about, bubble isolation and stuff like that, which is a thing. Like, I mean, I'm not going to knock somebody for the mental state, but I will knock you for roasting people, trying to be somebody on Twitter.
Exactly.
And not back.
Exactly.
That's what
if you're going to talk the talk, don't come at me with your excuses when you're not playing well.
No, I hear you. But we don't want to. Mental health is an excuse. It's a real thing.
No. But I'm just saying, if you're going to chirp people and call them out and say, I'm sending you home. Like,
this is why I love Kawhi Leonard, okay? This is why I tell you why I love Kawhi Leonard. Man says nothing.
Yes.
Absolutely nothing. But he'll just steal your soul.
Yes.
And just go for it.
That's true.
That's why I love Kawhi, because he doesn't say anything. He just gets it done. But what are your thoughts on the Utah-Denver debate? Like, you're thinking Denver.
Yeah.
Right? And now, let's say Denver goes versus the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Where is their point where they win? Which matchup do they win? If you have to pick out of the top starting 5, where do they? Who's better? Which position are they better at?
Like Utah?
No, Denver.
Denver and
Clippers.
Yeah. Which positions are they better at?
Yeah. Where do they get the win?
Where do they get the win? Well, it's got to be the heavy dose of Jokic.
Yep.
And it has to be Jamal Murray. It has to be. Jamal Murray's got to play he's got to play, like, right now he looks to me, if I was to compare Jamal Murray to someone, like, to me right now he looks like Dwayne Wade. Like playoff Dwayne Wade when he's young.
Oh yeah, when they won the championship with Shaq.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, 2006, Dwayne Wade. And he's got to play like that for them to have a chance. Because between that and the return of Will Barton's going to be so good for them if he's healthy in any kind of way. Gives another body, another guy that can put the ball in the hoop, a trustworthy guy. But yeah, I don't know. Those are my two.
Okay.
They got to play through those two. They got to be big. And for the Clippers side, Paul George has to play well for them to win this series.
Absolutely.
He can't have a bad series again.
Yep.
Unless somehow, like, they get lucky and KP gets hurt for the Mavericks. The same thing for Jokic or something like that. That's the only reason. But they have to. If everyone's healthy, they have to. Paul George has to play well for the Clippers to win.
All right.
Okay, before we go on any more basketball, let's hear another word from our sponsors. Have you ever watched Gamers Online? Gamers Online has been the new trend, especially during this pandemic. Before the pandemic, it was on an upward trend, and now it's hit all the new heights. And this one gamer that I know personally, his name is Josh Vandal, Vandal, and that's his name. And his Twitch name is Vandalized, because that's his swag. And what makes Josh Vandal so unique is that he literally plays every console game with the controller upside down. He's playing Super Smash Bros. And he has the controller, the Nintendo Switch controller, or the 64 or the GameCube, doesn't matter. It's upside down, and he doesn't have any invert on or anything like that. And he still just dominates. Same thing for PlayStation, same thing for Xbox. Flips the controller upside down and just goes off. And what makes him even more unique is his fun personality. He went from this young little kid to this deep-voiced, hilarious kid, this young man. And you got to check him out. Vandalized on twitch.tv, Vandal, and the Lized is Lizz or Zed. Okay, Vandalized at twitch.tv. Check him out. Like and subscribe him. Check him out. He's a good friend. Okay, we are back into the NBA because Drew's not here.
Deep dive.
Okay, so we talked a little bit Clips Mavs already.
We're going to talk about Rockets.
Let's talk about some Rockets OKC. They play tonight at at 9 p.m. Oh, they started? 9:30 they start. 4 minutes they start. That's wild. And with that being said, I will say this. Breaking news update. The Miami Heat are up 1-0 on the Milwaukee Bucks. They're just finishing the game right now. 115-104, Miami. Wow.
Talk about that.
Let's talk Houston, OKC first.
Yep.
Coach, what are your thoughts? Game 6.
You know what?
Rockets are up 3-2.
Rockets are up 3-2. I am shocked that this whole small ball thing is really working out the way it should be. For me personally, I figured that OKC would be the perfect team to knock off Houston in the first round. They were young, athletic. Chris Paul had something to prove. Westbrook was out for the first couple of games. But James Harden has been doing James Harden.
Yeah.
And the first 4 games are really relatively close. Game 5, no. James Harden said enough of this. And with that being said, I don't think OKC is a chance.
Yeah.
I just because they're young, the point guard is just not as good as everybody says he is. And Westbrook's coming back. He came back the last game.
Yeah.
Shot bricks as usual, will play defense. So I expect a little less bricks today.
Yeah.
And still the same good defense. I'm thinking Houston by 15.
I love it. I totally am with you. Westbrook, as much as he did shoot bricks, he changed that game.
Yeah.
One thing, like many basketball fans and even analysts just don't talk about is the pace of play, the importance of pace. And Westbrook just controlled the pace. It was amazing. And just the intensity and the I think Chris Paul is having nightmares because there's Westbrook there now. It's so much more difficult on the defensive end, and his intensity and his speed and his athleticism. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Thunder. I can't wait to see what Billy Donovan does, if he's going to actually make any chess moves, because he has to. He has to do.
They're playing Dort too much.
Yeah, they can't rely on Dort.
He's not a Harden stopper.
No, stop it.
Here's the thing. Go ahead.
I just want to say one thing. I'll just say I would love to see more Steven Adams, more pick and roll Steven Adams.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Chris Paul's bread and butter. Steven Adams can finish at the rim.
He's got great hands.
Yeah,
he's got great hands. Here's the thing with Westbrook, you get something in the Rockets that they didn't have last year. He's a one-man fast break, and I don't know how long he can keep that up. This year for sure. Next year, after that, his contract gets kind of pretty bad. But he can just grab the ball and go, and that means James doesn't have to do that as much.
Right.
And we all know there's tons of YouTube videos of James not playing defense, and you can roast him. I get it, but he also has tons of YouTube videos of him just destroying guys on the offensive side.
Yeah.
With Westbrook being able to say, okay, rebound, go layup, gives Harden that extra few seconds of rest.
Right.
I think we've seen a better defender out of James Harden.
Yeah, for sure. This last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
I think you got to take away that
the moniker of him being a bad defender for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the Rockets are going to win this one.
Yeah.
And that brings the question: how do you think they're going to fare against the Lakers?
I think. Wow, that's a great question. During the regular season, the Rockets beat the Lakers twice. They beat them twice, and they controlled the pace of play. And when you can, that's also one of LeBron's most underrated statistics. He controls the pace of the game. But the Rockets, they changed the pace, and they controlled it. And if they can do that, if they can be up-tempo, there's no way the Lakers can guard that way. LeBron has to take over, and this is not an Anthony Davis series. This is a LeBron series. You think it's Anthony Davis because he should score and dominate every time he touches the ball, but it's going to be LeBron setting the pace, going to the rim, slowing it down. Heavy dose of Braun driving to the hoop is how the Lakers win.
This is the one series where the LeBron AD pick and roll will be devastating.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, you're going to get a bigger guy guarding LeBron and a bigger guy guarding AD, and it's tough.
Yeah.
But the big guy is PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
6'6" max.
And like to be said, like LeBron AD pick and roll would be tough on anyone.
Yeah,
so
no,
a 6'6".
But you're not bringing a big 7-footer to clog things up. Is my point there. I think you're 100% correct. If Houston can control the pace, LA doesn't have enough shooting to get it done. Danny Green clinking bricks since last year's playoff hunt. KCP doesn't really know what a good shot is. Half the time looks like he's afraid to shoot. Kuz hasn't been as bad. I'll give him some props. He's been stepping up a bit for sure.
Can we talk about Kuzma for a second?
Sure, if we must.
Well, he's getting such a bad reputation because of this situation he's in. I think there was some analyst today said that Kyle Kuzma is not even a starter on an NBA team. To me, I think Frank Vogel is really just limiting him. He's playing like 20 minutes a game, and they're in spurts. Like, what I would do is clearly Danny Green is picked up from his playoff performance in Toronto and has built his third house of bricks. Contavious Caldwell-Pope had one good game of shooting, and his defense still wasn't great. Okay. And before we even talk about, I'll hold up before I go any further on the Laker talk. I'll just say one more thing. Let Kuzma play, give him the run where he can actually be effective, and then they'll do better. I just don't understand.
This is a series where he should start at the 4.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Kyle Kuzma is a serviceable player. He's still a young kid.
So young.
Right? Like, look at Lonzo Ball. Look at Brandon Ingram. Sure, BI, most improved, but he got space to flourish.
Yeah.
Ball, garbage.
Well, come on.
He had a terrible playoffs. Absolutely horrendous. I mean, all the Pelicans did, really. But, but I mean, Ball hasn't made the same jump that BI has.
Yeah.
I think Kuz has it in him. It's just he plays for I don't want to say the wrong team, but a team where he's just not quite mature enough to get to their level.
Yeah.
If he can figure it out. I mean, I haven't heard any bad Kuzma stories about him in the bubble, but if he can just unlock a little bit and be a little more serious and show Coach Vogel that he can play, then it'd be fine. I think his biggest weakness, one of the reasons why Coach doesn't play him, is his defense.
Well, like, look at last game. Did you see him last game?
He played well.
He played great defense.
Yeah, and
he played better defense than LeBron.
Lots of people play better defense than LeBron.
Yeah, that's true.
LeBron just plays highlight defense.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's what I think if Kuz does that on a regular basis, he's going to earn more minutes.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think he's a bad player. I don't know if he's a starter necessarily right now at this point in his career.
On most teams.
I think he's a 6 coming off the bench.
On every team.
Yeah, on every team. I think that's where he kind of is right now, as his most effective. I think if you put him into a starting role, you might be stretching him too thin. But this series for sure, if he can play defense and hit his threes, it's going to be a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
I don't know if LeBron's going to have the legs for it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to be a toll on all those Laker players. Especially because one of their strengths is their depth is in their bigs too.
Yes.
Which isn't
but JaVale McGee can run.
He can run, yeah. But he's going to get eaten alive. Let's get serious. Come on. They're going to pull him out to the 3-point line, and then every time you drive, you literally just have to pump fake.
See, okay, here. I actually like JaVale McGee a lot. It's just he is kind of empty between the ears. Like,
You like him that much, eh?
yeah. I mean, he's got a great game. He does so many things well, but then he just goes that extra step. We've all played with that guy on our team who tries to do that one thing too many and just drives you nuts.
Yeah.
That's JaVale McGee for me.
Yes.
Like, he's got a great attitude as a teammate. He's hyper energetic. He knows his role.
Yeah.
But it's just like one step back.
Yes.
Just take one step back.
Don't
do that.
Don't think about bringing the ball up the court.
Yeah,
okay?
You just grab it, find LeBron. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do.
But I think it's going to be tough because I still think it's going to be an all LA series.
Yeah.
But given the Clippers' performance, I'm now shifting slightly towards the Lakers.
Ooh, really?
I was 70-30 Clips for Lakers. I'm now 60-40.
Okay.
I'm not a huge shift, but a shift nonetheless.
To me, the Lakers have looked more shaky than the Clippers. In terms of vulnerability, which LA team is more vulnerable? I think the Lakers. You're going to get what you get from LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
They're going to dominate.
Yep.
But they don't have enough around them.
Concur. Absolutely concur.
The Clippers, they have this guy named Kawhi Leonard. We're forgetting how great Kawhi Leonard is.
Which is bizarre since he just destroyed everybody last year.
Exactly. And then like when they needed him so bad again to like he's played good all this last series versus Luka and the Mavericks, but he then just elevated to another level.
He took over when he had to, which is unbelievable to me that they even needed to get that far. But here's the thing. LeBron and Anthony Davis are the only two knowns on that team.
Right.
That's your point. They're the only two people you can rely on. Now,
they got Rondo coming back apparently.
Yeah, but Rondo can't shoot.
It's true. But he can run the offense.
He can run the offense, which would make something, and he's another guy
to off LeBron.
I just think the Clippers are less vulnerable for sure, but they just haven't looked good. LeBron and the Lakers have had a game that when they destroyed the Portland in game 4, I believe.
Yeah,
looked good.
Yeah,
it looked really good. When LeBron goes in the I'm going to attack mode first before I do anything.
So this is what I was going to get at. Let's look at game 5 though. The Blazers and Lakers, right? Melo, broken CJ McCollum, and Nurkic. Right? Like, that was fun. That was really fun. Honestly, the Blazers had a shot to win it, but the Lakers just have LeBron and AD, so they pulled away at the end. But it was a close game. And it was great to see LeBron and Melo just battle. It was fun. But
did you ever feel that Portland was actually going to win that game?
I did at points.
Okay.
I
didn't.
Maybe that was maybe that was like hope, but
I felt a bias for sure. I'm like, maybe Portland comes back. I'm like, LeBron's just gonna turn it up.
Like CJ McCollum balled out, but you could also see him, like he was. Yeah. You can see that he's hurt, right?
And this brings up another debate about whether you can actually win with two small guards.
Look at the bad boy Pistons. Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas.
How many rings did they win? 2.
They should have won 3 if Isaiah Thomas didn't break his ankle.
Okay, so that's 2 out of all the champions.
Yeah.
But and the game's also different now, right? I mean, I get it.
It's different now, yeah.
But they just, as a guard, you're just going through a lot of screens. You're expending a lot of energy. And then as a smaller guy, you go to the rim, you're getting knocked down a ton of times.
Yeah.
I think.
Go ahead.
You may trade CJ.
For what?
I don't know. Ben Simmons?
I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know. Why would Philly do that? Why would Philly do that?
Get shooting.
Yeah, but then you don't have a point guard.
Around Embiid.
Yeah, well, whole nother debate. Okay, let's keep going. We have a couple more basketball topics here. What's next, Coach?
Toronto. This is our last basketball topic is Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's the topic?
What happened? Because
you go first. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me
came
everything.
out and they laid an egg.
Big time.
An absolute egg. And yeah, okay, they shot 29% in the first half. But it wasn't just because they missed shots. Boston made them miss shots. Okay, and the same thing I've been saying throughout the whole year since Siakam signed that contract is that in order for them to win, Siakam has to play not just good enough, but great. And he did not play great. He turned the ball over too many times. Yep. He wasn't aggressive.
Yep.
His shot was off.
Yep.
And, you can't give me this excuse that, oh, it's game one of the series. No. Kid's gone through it in the last playoff run. They destroyed the Nets. There's no butterflies that can come to this. Does Siakam have that killer instinct to push the Raptors back on top? If he doesn't,
See, okay. Time out. Can I go? Are you done?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I was just going to say, like, I disagree with the idea that a Siakam has to be, like, a superstar. He doesn't have to be a superstar. He has to be an all-star, okay? Just a regular all-star.
Wouldn't that be great? Isn't that the level of great? I'm not talking about him.
When I hear great, I hear superstar. I hear, like, you changed the game, right?
You were so biased towards this guy. Unbelievable.
No, but just listen.
How many points did he have he had 13 points, Daniel. 13 points. That's not good enough.
I agree with you.
3-2. That's horrendous.
I agree. All of that I agree with. I'm not making excuses. I am not the fan that says all the classic excuses. Oh, the refs were horrible. Oh, no, we just have some injuries. Oh, the coach made bad decisions. No, that's not me, okay? Let's keep it real. Siakam played horrible. He wasn't even good on the whatever game one was.
Yeah.
Okay, Sunday. He wasn't even good. He was in foul trouble. He looked nervous. He looked sluggish. He was awful. Okay? Yeah. Like you just said his stat line. That was awful. So with that being said, they shot 29% in the first half. They had at one point we're down 20 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
They hit 10 out of 40 3-pointers, while Boston hit 17 out of 39. And on top of that, they couldn't make shots around the rim. And no. The biggest thing to me is that they got out-rebounded by an inferiorly small team. Yeah. Which is embarrassing. With that being said, okay, this is what I view it as. I view this as like, Floyd Mayweather in a boxing fight, okay? Floyd Mayweather, first round, second round, he's taking jabs, he's taking punches, he's sizing him up. Actually, I view this as Mike Tyson, okay? I view this as Mike Tyson, all right? He's sizing him up. He's taking a few, he's dodging a few. And then there's going to be that one punch that just hurts.
Yeah.
And once they hit that punch, I'm telling you, they hit that punch, I really think Boston is going to feel it. And then Toronto will just 4 straight wins.
The floodgates will open.
That's what I'm saying. And I think that's going to happen next game. I think they found enough. Like that was Boston, peak Boston. Okay. Peak Boston. And they obviously without Hayward. This is without Hayward talking. I mean, Hayward's not going to be here all series. So let's just omit him. This is peak Boston. And they won the first quarter. The next 3 were basically tied. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Raptors are going to get that punch tomorrow night. And then they're going to rattle off 3 more wins on top of that. That's my prediction. Is that because they're bigger, they're going to out-rebound them again. They're not going to shoot as bad again. Siakam is not going to play as bad again. And the kicker, okay, this is the thing that seals the deal for me, is that today is the day that all the families of the players get to they went through their quarantine. Now they get to see their kids and their families. And guess who's here? Fred VanVleet's kid. Okay? The championship kid is in the bubble, and that's trouble for everybody.
There's only one problem with your analogy.
All right.
Mike Tyson would knock these guys out in the first round.
Sometimes.
This was their chance to put another emphasis statement and be like, we're not giving you life. Now, granted, it's only game one. I get that. And you're right. Siakam doesn't have to be all NBA for them to win. He's got to be all-star level.
Yeah.
He's got to be all-star level. 13, 3-2 is not going to cut it.
Same with Lowry.
Yeah, Lowry had 17. Well, Lowry had 17, 8 and 6, which isn't great.
Watching him and
it wasn't great. It wasn't
he
great.
He missed a lot of shots. We
And
all complain too much. But go ahead.
I think we need to see more of Chris Boucher.
Ooh, I like it.
Because the Raptors give up a lot of corner threes.
Yeah.
As we know. And I love Mark. I love Serge. But they have a tough time closing that out.
Yeah.
Chris is a little more fleet of foot.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a little bit more advantage with father time. Let the kid play. He can rebound. He can shoot threes. He can at least match Boston's center position.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even if they give him 15, 20 minutes of burn.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I would like to see is the Raptors play more of an inside-out game a little bit.
Yeah.
Get Mark going in the post, because the benefit of having a Marc Gasol is his intelligence.
Yeah.
He will post deep, get the ball, they'll dump down, and he will find the open three-point shooter.
Yeah.
Or he will abuse the guy in the post.
Yeah. Get his buckets. If he gets right on that low block, I don't understand.
I love how the NBA has transitioned to this a lot of fun stuff, but there's certain precepts in basketball that win out.
Yeah.
If you are physically bigger than the guy and you can just dunk, those are 2 guaranteed points. Feed the guy. Feed him. Yep. Right? I think the series is at max going 6. I agree with you. There's gonna be a point where it just clicks. Could be next game, but I don't think it goes more than 6. Last thoughts about Raps Celtics before we get the break.
Last thought is, it's great to see 2 great coaches make changes throughout the game. I look at a guy like Steve Kerr, a few others like that who have been just given teams that are full of talent, and they look like fantastic coaches. I'm sure they are great coaches, but to be an elite coach, I love seeing the actual schemes change and game plans change, and knowing Nick Nurse, knowing Brad Stevens, they're gonna duke it out for sure, and that's gonna be fun to see.
Absolutely, I think you're seeing 2 of the game's best coaches do something different, and that's really good to see. Because Doc, let's look at Doc. Didn't do much.
Nope.
Quinn Snyder hasn't done much in Utah.
Nope.
Not really. Who else has kind of been useless?
Vogel,
yeah. Vogel hasn't done much.
Nothing. He's done nothing.
And what's his name? D'Antoni stuck to his guns. That's doing something.
Yeah, I think that's I like that. I like that.
Even though he's got no contract next year, but
yeah.
So you guys, when coaches make those in-game adjustments, you see the real talent shine through.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for basketball talk. Let's hear another word from our sponsors. You need to check out Overtime Heroics. Overtime Heroics is one of the best sites for sports articles. Every sport you can think of, they have articles on. They have multiple writers for. And even if you want to get involved, if you are passionate about sports, you can actually apply to be an Overtime Heroics writer. You can write for your favorite team, and you have an opportunity to get published by their site. Me personally, I write for the Toronto Raptors. I read about the Toronto Raptors, and I actually have a Raptor report that's coming out tomorrow. You should check it out. You can check it out on thesportsreverend.com, or you can go right to the Overtime Heroics site and type in the Raptor report. You can also check it out on our social medias as well through the Sports Reverends. Please check them out. Check out Overtime Heroics as well. Support them, and let me know what you think about the Raptor report. It's all about round 2 of the playoffs, and a lot of statistics in there. And basically, I give my rundown on how the Raptors are going to give that knockout punch to Boston. So check it out. Okay. We're into our final thoughts here, Coach. Let's just talk a moment. Say again?
Breaking news here.
Oh, what?
2-2, Bruins Lightning. End
of the third.
Heading into OT.
Bruins are fighting for their lives.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's just talk about the Jays for a second.
I'll let you start with that.
The Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are in the playoffs right now. It's midseason, and no one expected the baby Blue Jays to be where they are. And to do it all without, well, not all, but for a while now without their best player, one of the best players in the MLB is Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette is incredible. And they got Bo Bichette coming back. They've made it's the deadline, the MLB trade deadline. Is it today or tomorrow?
I think deadline's tomorrow.
The deadline's tomorrow. The Jays have already made a bunch of acquisitions, just stocking up on pitchers. They, I'll tell you who they picked up here. From the Dodgers, the Blue Jays got Ross Stripling, right-handed pitcher. From the I don't know who it's from, but they got Robbie Ray, who's a left-handed pitcher. Okay, so they've picked up their pitching here, and then they've also got an infielder, Jonathan Villar, which is from the Marlins.
Villar?
No, Villar, Villar, and so the Jays, they're gearing up for a playoff run. The baby Blue Jays. This is real. This is happening. With Bo Bichette returning, this is exciting. Blue Jays have a shot to make a playoff run, and I'm excited about it.
All right. Now, let the old man come and temper some of that enthusiasm. Robbie Ray was traded from Arizona for cash. And here's the thing. The key words you're using are right now. Okay?
It's fair.
I mean, with baseball, you never know. I think baseball is one of the weirdest things in terms of who wins and loses, because you watch Moneyball and it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense. And analytics has taken over MLB, but there's still guys who get paid mega bucks to move teams, and it's like, didn't you watch Moneyball? Didn't you?
Well, they didn't win in the end there, Coach.
Yeah, they had $10 million and they made it that far. Let's be real, okay? There's a lot of it that goes into it that more than just the system. They got to have the whole farm system, travel, blah 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 blah. I get it, but look, let's look. Just my point is, let's not jump to conclusions. I am happy the Blue Jays are in a position to make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, I think their season is a success. Really. Because like you said, no one thought that they would be. Now the question is, are they going to regress to the mean and come back down to earth? Or do they go out and do something about it? Me, personally, I'm a contrarian. I'm a pessimist. I'm a bit of a Debbie Downer when it comes to things like this. I think they're going to come back down to the mean and regress. But there is room to grow because they've added talent, right? So they've added a couple good pitchers. Bo Bichette's coming back. That's got to be worth something, right? Right?
Yes. Okay, so listen up here, Debbie. Okay? The best thing, like, if they made the playoffs, that's like going far and beyond your expectation. The goal was to get to about 500 and be at a 500 level team. So if they can get to the playoffs, that's huge. And what's there to look forward to is that they have so many high level prospects in their farm system that the future is so bright. And maybe it's coming. Maybe I know Drew mentioned about 5 years away from being true contenders. Maybe it's more like 3 now. Maybe it's more like 2 or 3. And that's exciting. That's exciting for Blue Jays baseball.
It's true.
I'm just happy for them. Okay.
I hear you.
They're in a play right now. It's mid-season and they're in a playoff position.
But they lost the Orioles. Like, come on.
I know it was in extras.
The next games we got 2 against the Marlins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against the Red Sox, 1, 2, 3 against the Yankees, another 3 against the Mets. So that's a bit of a schedule.
We had a tough schedule to start. We've had the most game against the Rays, and it's been tough.
Yeah.
Right? I think the Red Sox we're gonna feast on.
Yep. Yankees will be a tough series.
Yeah.
Marlins have
they're like so beat up. It's like we have a shot.
That's true. But you know what?
Marlins.
There aren't that many games left.
No, we're already at 8. They're 18 and 15 right now. There's only 60 games.
That's pretty good.
They're at 33. So,
maybe.
Here we go. There's a shot.
Absolutely.
Okay. Any final thoughts, Coach? What you got going on this week? Changing lives, changing the world.
Yeah, changing lives. New job this week.
Yes. Congrats.
I'm not gonna shout out the company name yet. We won't. We'll see. But a good first day, which is exciting, and new starts, new beginnings, and a new area to show the love of God, which is also kind of exciting as well.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah. How about you?
This week is a little bit funny. We have our last week of our summer camp, which has been virtual and online, and they've been really picking up on the last half of our summer camp. So that's a little sad, but I think it's going to be good momentum going into the fall. Also, it's a little weird because we are focusing on, I guess, we're going to be creating some backup services for our cloud, basically. So we're putting together about 4 recorded services, which means a little bit more preaching and speaking this week than I expected. And so I have a lot of prep to do. I'll just say that. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. And, I love doing what I'm doing. So it's good, man. It's good.
Awesome.
Well, I think we're coming back on Thursday. That's what.
Back on Thursday. We'll see if Drew's back on it too, but we know we're giving him time. We're giving him all the time he needs. He's got a new baby boy, and he's got 3 kids now. I mean, really what we're doing is giving the Melza a break.
That's true. Shout out to Melza again. We're going to shout out to Melza all the time. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Make sure you tune in on all our social medias. Check out the website. Check out Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Coach is running our Twitter, so hit him up. Ask him all the tough questions. Ask him for some hot takes, and we'll holler back at you for sure. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace out, world.
Peace.